Welcome back to the Football Today podcast, brought to you by Betfair, who are on your side this EPL season. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. Oh my God, what top is he wearing? Marcus Bazzano's here. How nice does that look? It's feeling a bit chilly.
Me and my mate have the exact same tee. He got it as like a little fun gag gift.
Marcus, that could be the best top I've ever seen. The big Cole Palmer head, it's chilly.
He's a chili with like
flames,
blue fire.
Look at the hair,
his mouth and his eyes.
It gives me annoying orange vibes.
Annoying orange vibes, yeah.
With the mouth and things
really,
like that.
It? No, it's very nice.
I love that top. I'll have to get a little sponsor from that one. That's cool. We are here for all things English Premier League, as always, with this period heading through December. Pretty much football all the time. From this weekend, there's just games almost every day. You're loving it. You're waking up at 3:30, 4:30.
There's even European football. I woke up at 3:30 to watch Chelsea Tottenham on a work day and then headed into the office.
Oh, must be nice. You have been tired all week.
I've been tired all week.
But yeah, today we're going to cover the top world football and EPL news, the best Betfair back or lay bets. That's our favourite part for EPL Matchweek 16. Make sure you check out the expert tips as well from Betfair expert Tony Hargreaves with throughout our shows, and then also on the Betfair hub. So it's always good to look at betfair.com.au/hub. For the next matches over the weekend and for matches to come. And then we're going to finish off with some quick fire tips for every EPL game this weekend. Sometimes not quick fire, sometimes
let's face it, it's not quick fire.
It's not that quick fire, but that's okay. We have fun. It's all good.
Unless Sheffield are playing, then you just go the other team.
Exactly. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Football Today podcast. Follow the socials at Football Today AU on TikTok. We just did some other little socials, Football Today AU with...
Sure did.
We did some 20 questions. We've done some blind rankings.
Yeah, guess the player.
Guess the player. We love that stuff. So check out Football Today AU on TikTok, Football Today Australia on Facebook and Instagram. All right, before we get into the best game of the match week. The best game of the match week, which could be a Manchester derby, which we're very excited about. We'll go through the around the grounds from the past weekend.
Let's do it.
First one I want to touch on. Very annoying for fantasy Premier League players. Like, I had 3 Liverpool players, and the Everton versus Liverpool game got abandoned due to storm and wind conditions. I was like,
God, Captain Salah as well.
Oh, no. Did you get a vice captain?
I had Bruno as vice. He scored.
Oh, that's all right.
But my mate had Palmer as vice.
Brutal.
And he scored
They
a lot
should
of points.
go the average scores for the players that don't, if you don't play. But, I don't know. It's a bit annoying, because I had 3 Liverpool players. But... yeah, that game's going to be, I think, in the Matchweek 24 or Matchweek 33, they're saying, which is ages away.
Ages away.
But they found a little bit of time there because there's so many games at the moment. They're not going to be able to fit it in their game.
What about that poor Aussie Everton fan?
Oh, yeah,
the 15-year-old. Travelled all the way to England.
Just to watch Everton,
Last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Because they're moving stadium.
Oh, yeah, true. True.
And game gets abandoned.
That is brutal. I reckon a game gets abandoned once, maybe every season, and he's picked the one to go all the way from Australia. But
that's so stiff.
Seamus Coleman, Everton legend.
Sent him a video. He actually met the squad as well.
He invited them to training, the Aussie. So the Aussie, I didn't know the Aussie's name, but he got to meet all the players and invited him to train. So that's really good.
I don't know how a 15-year-old can afford a plane ticket to England and watch Everton play at Goodison Park.
Suspicious. Maybe his parents put in a little bit, or he's...
How come he gets all the reward then?
Well, yeah.
bloody pesty children taking credit for everything.
You're saying he's already rich. Why does he get to go and meet the Everton players?
Yeah, look.
You're just
basically
you're
got
jealous.
it for free.
You're jealous.
I'm very jealous.
Would you,
Please send me to England. Send me to Stamford Bridge.
Would you go to Goodison Park if Stamford Bridge wasn't...
I want
to go to any game, right?
I want to go to Stamford Bridge, obviously, but I also want to do an away day. Go with the away fans, because that's the best atmosphere.
Goodison Park away. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you just sort of seen the limbs.
Tottenham
Hotspur Stadium.
Absolutely. Segue. There we go. Chelsea up to second. I can't believe I'm saying that. You'd be up and about. After a 4-3 win over Spurs, I'm calling it the best game of the season so far. Crazy Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto wasn't too bad as well, Marcus.
Yeah.
You
kind of want me to sing the chant. The new Chelsea chant.
You can if you want.
He's running down the right. He's dynamite. His first name is Pedro and his last name's Neto.
Pedro Neto, baby. Pedro Neto. Oh. Okay, that actually was pretty good. Didn't need the swearing there, but that's all right.
That's the chant.
That's the chant. You're just quoting. You're just quoting the fans. There we go. Everyone out.
You wouldn't like the salary chant then.
No,
I won't sing that one.
Let's not do that one. But that game, oh my God. Cole Palmer icing the game with a chip finish, a Panenka penalty. Who the hell does that?
Yeah, to break the record, 12 out of 12. The most was Yaya with 11 out of 11. Funnily enough, though, Matt Letizia has
Really?
25. He scored 25 of his 26 penalties.
Ooh.
So his record's actually
That's crazy.
insane.
Because,
as well.
when Palmer eventually gets to 26 penalties, surely one of them's going to be missed. I reckon he's going to eventually chip one and all this stuff.
even missing just like 3 of
It's not even
26
bad.
is incredible.
He's
like,
12 from 12, the best Premier League record.
Very good.
That was just a crazy game. Spurs were up 2-0,
Yeah.
and then they did a Spursy thing as usual.
I think they're the team the most in Premier League history to lose with a 2-goal advantage.
Yes.
To bottle a 2-goal advantage.
That just sums them up.
That just sums them up, doesn't it? But Big Ange is a bit worried.
And then Chelsea, title contenders, question mark. You don't want to talk about that?
I'm keeping the
Keeping a lid on it? Okay.
well and truly on.
The table also looks better because Liverpool didn't play this week.
Yeah, they got the game in hand.
When they get the game in hand, it will look a bigger gap, obviously, that 7-point gap. Next one was worrying signs for Manchester United and Newcastle. Oh, my God. They're like 11th and 12th, I think.
Even worse, mate. United are 13th.
Oh, 13th.
And Newcastle, I think, are 12th.
12th.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. Even worse. Jeez. United. What are they doing? Who did they draw to?
They lost to Forest.
Lost to...
They lost to Notts 3-2. The first time they lost to Nottingham Forest in...
Probably 100 years.
I think Premier League history.
Yeah.
Like I think it was, we mentioned it on last week's show. I can't remember the exact date.
Yeah.
But it was a long time ago.
That is crazy. And then Newcastle... Oh, they should be good. They got such a good team. And then, what are they, 12th? Oh.
Yeah, they got thumped as well. They conceded 4 to Brentford.
Their defense is the worry.
Brentford at home are a decent side, but
no, you shouldn't be getting smashed. That's wild. Next one we want to touch on. Leicester and Bournemouth score 2 goals late to rescue points. That was pretty exciting. Bournemouth have been really exciting this season.
Yeah, really good.
What was
Ipswich again, so stiff.
I know.
1-0 up with 5 minutes to go and then lose 2-1.
What was the little stat you had about
Bournemouth
right.
second in the league so far for XG.
That's wild.
Behind Chelsea and ahead of Liverpool.
So they're creating big chances. They're 8th. They'll take 8th. That's crazy.
I think it was somewhere along the lines of, I think Chelsea have 31 XG, Bournemouth 30, Liverpool 29.
They were good last season because they've actually been better without Solanke, which is wild because he was their best player. But they're just playing so well as a team. I don't mind
that manager's a really good manager. And it just proves that...
Which one's their manager again?
Areola.
That's right. Yes.
So it just proved that sacking Gary O'Neill was the right decision at the time because it wasn't where he is now with Wolves.
True.
Another segue.
Oh, there we go. You don't have to say that. Well, actually, you can read out this one. This is pretty funny.
West Ham won the El Sacico against Wolves. Obviously, Julian Lopetegui.
Looks like he's going to get sacked from West Ham. Yeah.
Looks like he was going to get sacked from West Ham, and similarly, Gary O'Neill at Wolves.
El Sacico. I love that.
Yeah. This is classic. Haven't you heard of that before?
No, I've never heard of that one. No. That really tickles me. I like that. Love that. You always tickle me. West Ham desperately needed that win. They've been horrible. Wolves have been a little bit unlucky this season, but they're not going too well either.
They've had a tough start, but from these easier games, you'd expect them to pick up a little bit more points than they have at the moment.
Definitely. And West Ham actually got that win for McAllion. Have you seen his car?
Yeah. Oh my God.
His Ferrari went straight into a tree. It's literally in half. But apparently he's okay. He was in hospital.
Okay. He had surgery, I believe, but
the full story hasn't come out because there's been lots of Premier League players that have gone a bit drunk or tried to speak because they have all these cool cars. So I'm hoping he doesn't seem like that type of player. He's not. It doesn't seem like an idiot, but
hopefully his package is all right.
Yeah,
he's what? Hopefully his package is all right.
Yeah. What was he delivering?
West Ham 3 points.
There we go. And they all wore number 9 in the warm-up, so that was very nice of West Ham.
Cute.
There we go. All right. Let's quick segue. You like a segue. Best game of the match week. There's some pretty weird games this week.
They're weird because they're good teams against bad teams, but they actually mean something.
Yeah, but this one does always mean something. The Manchester derby.
Yes.
This one especially. Man U are out of form. Man City are just woeful as well. So Manchester City versus Manchester United at the Etihad. So Man City's home game. You can read us through the little stats you've put through here.
Well, it's kind of weird because both teams are in the worst form heading into a Manchester derby. Probably in the club's history, like history. Pre-City playing in League 2.
Probably since the 2000, I'd say. Like before maybe in the 90s.
Premier League era, I will say.
Yeah, Premier League era. Yep.
City have won 5 of the past 6 meetings in the league, though. They did win the Community Shield earlier this year, and they also lost the FA Cup final to Manchester United last season, which is why those teams faced in the Community Shield.
Yep.
I believe, it was the season before Cole Palmer scored for City in the Community Shield against Arsenal.
That's right. Yes.
But City have just one win in their last 6 league games.
That is unbelievable. That's the worst they've been in my lifetime. Right?
They've almost lost like this season combined amount of games of the previous 3 seasons already. Unreal.
That's wild.
But United have only won 2 of the last 6 league games. So
they're slightly better, but
slightly better, but it's still United's worst start to a season since 1986-87 after 15 games.
Oh, he's bringing out the big guns here. You're taking my job. That is very good.
Not good. They seem to break that record every year.
What, they get worse?
The worst.
The last 3 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, because they've been finishing strong, because I think there was a season where they did this, and then they finished top 4 somehow, which is not going to happen this season. But they've just been horrible. Like, this is...
Shocking.
In the past, you'd go, City, every day of the week, 3-0, 3-1, because United probably could get on the board. But this one is not that easy.
You look at the fixture that just happened with Manchester United when they played Notts. They lost 3-2, but the season before, if you remember, similarly, they were 2-0 down in the first 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, but they went on to win that game. This season, they're going to lose that game, and it's just games like that which, see them have their worst start to a season.
That is crazy. All right, so... We'll go through the score picks and goal scorers. This is genuinely really hard. Really? Give me a goal scorer and the score. What's it going to be?
It is a bit rough. I'm going to go 3-1 in favour of Manchester City.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit rough, but Haaland has to find the score sheet. I think he does anyway. He's equal leading golden boot.
He's still going all right. He scored last week.
Salah. I think he's one ahead now because Salah didn't play against Everton.
Yep.
Should I pick a United goal scorer?
I'll
go Bruno Fernandes just because he's in my FPL. Form. He's in my FPL. So.
And he's been in good form.
Yeah.
I'm going to... do I say it? I was going to go draw. I'm going 2-2 draw. Both teams don't know how to win at the moment. City, it's like they go to the team's level. So Man United are definitely playing worse than Manchester City, but they keep going to the team's level or worse, City. So I genuinely think this could be a 2-2. Bruno Fernandes, I reckon, could score. I'm trying to think who else for City. Maybe like a long-range effort.
De Bruyne has been found the score sheet against Palace.
Yeah, no, actually he did. So... he does lift in these big games, so I don't mind De Bruyne maybe a goal and assist for the 2 goals.
That's a good shout.
But I'm just going to go draw just because that's the funniest outcome. I genuinely think that Man City just go to the level of their opposition at the moment.
Yep.
And Pep's going to be scratching his head.
So you're saying this is going to be the worst game of the season so far?
No, if it's 2-2, you're saying if they drop to Manchester United.
Yeah.
No, I think both teams will lift because it's such a big game.
Yep.
And it's going to be 2-2 and everyone's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe United had a draw, because United fans would be happy with a 2-2, I think.
I think they would. Yeah, traveling to the crosstown rivals.
Yeah, not traveling too far, but
exactly.
Away,
I know what you mean.
Yep. All right. That's our the best game of the match week, the big Manchester derby. Let's get into the best part of the show, the back or lay bets, thanks to Betfair, the only place to back and lay bet on the EPL this season. So we got EPL match week 16. Last week, because of the cancellation and the abandonment of game, we went 2 of 3. We couldn't bet on the.
Obviously, you had a tip for the Merseyside derby.
Yeah, that's all right.
But 2 of 3 still positive.
Exactly. Yeah, if you bet on all of them, then you're up. So that's very handy.
So yeah, we've gone positive for almost 5-6 weeks in a row now. At least more than 50%, which is really good.
Yeah, very handy.
But we got some cheeky back or lay tips this week.
So we're going to have 2 each. Make sure you check out Tony Hargreaves' tips. He does big articles for every single EPL match week on betfair.com.au/hub. So the Betfair hub. You can even Google Betfair hub. It's very, very handy. All right, Marcus, we'll be the experts this week. What are you tipping?
I'm going to focus on that Manchester derby because it's the biggest game of the week.
All right. Yep.
People are going to punt on that one.
Yep.
So I'm going to back the over 2.5 goals in that game at $1.49.
Yep.
Look, it's not great value, I think, but I think it's virtually a lock. The last 5 meetings have all gone over, comfortably over as well. You could almost look at over 3.5.
Yep.
But 7 of City's last 9 games in the league have gone over.
And I think even the Champions League, they've had a couple of games where they conceded so many to Sporting and
Sporting was a lot of goals.
But like in the past, you go City's defense is just as good as their offense.
So stable, but
they've been shaky, and their Man U's defense is horrible. Very
as well.
slow.
So
okay.
Look, I think there's going to be goals on offer in this game.
Love it. I'm going to back. I can't believe I'm saying this. You said never back Tottenham.
We said this for 3 weeks in a row. Never back Tottenham.
I'm backing Tottenham. Last week your lay bets were perfect. Did they?
I laid Tottenham, but I laid Ipswich.
Oh, okay.
No, I laid. Who did I lay? I don't know.
You laid Tottenham twice. I'm pretty sure.
Possibly.
And they lost obviously to Chelsea, and then the one before that. Oh, no, I can't find it. Don't worry. But your bet's won.
They lost to Bournemouth.
It is safe to lay them, but I'm backing Tottenham at $1.80 here. The only team that I want to back Tottenham against is Southampton. Southampton stink. Also, Tottenham go win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. They've done it, I think, 8 of the last 9 weeks have gone win, loss, win, loss, win, loss.
Yeah.
They lost to Chelsea. They're going to bounce back and then they'll be like, oh, we beat Southampton. No one will care that much because it's just Southampton.
Yeah, but $1.80 is good value for...
$1.80 is great value for Southampton, who's the worst team in the league. Spurs are undefeated in their last 3 meetings at St. Mary's, so I know it's Tottenham, and this is going to come to haunt me. Maybe Olivia will cut up a short for this, but genuinely, they should win. $1.80 is really good value against the worst team in the comp.
And even with, if you're not fancy on just backing Tottenham, you could always lay
Southampton. You get the draw,
just for a little bit less, I assume, in terms of the tote, but yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. I'm just backing because I'm just confident on them, so I'm happy to back them for a win. All right, we'll do some lay bets. What are you laying this week?
Laying Brentford in the Chelsea versus Brentford game. Okay. $9.20.
Wow.
Bit of a score.
Yeah.
Because Brentford are 19th in the form table. Or their away record this season.
Away? Really?
Their away record, really they'd be 19th on the table.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. They only seem to perform at home.
Yeah, wow.
So coming up against Chelsea, who are in great nick at the moment. Really good form, just scoring goals for fun. They've only lost 2 games this season, Chelsea, against Liverpool and Manchester City.
Yep.
So I'm expecting a Chelsea win here, but you can even, it gives you the luxury of the draw as well.
Randomly, Chelsea have these weird away games because Brentford at home this season have been unbelievable. So it could be a draw, and then you get that with the lay bet.
And Brentford haven't been great against the traditional Big Six clubs this season. They're 0-4 against the traditional Big Six, and that's good stat. The only 2 teams they haven't played is obviously Chelsea and Arsenal. So they've lost to Manchester United, lost to Tottenham, City, and Liverpool.
Yeah, okay. That's actually that's really good. They're not good against the big teams. They've been smashing the lower teams as well.
Yep.
But yeah, you get the draw and the win. Chelsea should win that, but you still get the draw in your hand with the lay bet.
Exactly.
Like it. I'm laying Ipswich Town at $4.30 against Wolves at the Molineux. So Wolves are playing at home. This is a really tricky one. If you want to talk about El Sekico or who's going to get relegation battle, this is going to be a crazy, I reckon it could be a fun game because both teams could be playing pretty attacking.
Yep.
But I'm looking at the attacking side. Wolves have scored 9 more goals this season. I reckon it could be a shootout. And if it's going to be a shootout, I'm backing Wolves. They're not as bad as their form suggests. They've had a horrible run. The only time where I'm like, they look horrible is that random 4-0 loss to Everton last week. Where did that come from? I was talking to a Wolves fan last week and they're like, oh, we had a little bit of hope and then we lose that game. But they're not that bad. They've had an incredibly tough run. They'll be slightly settled coming into this one. They'll have a bit of confidence. So I'm laying Ipswich Town. The other thing, Ipswich Town, they bottle it at the end of the games. This one could be a draw or a win, and then you get the lay bet, and happy days.
Yeah, it was good to see actually Cam Burgess for Ipswich get an assist.
He's in my fantasy team, actually.
Oh, is he actually?
Yeah, he was on my bench and he came on. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
The Aussie.
So Liverpool not playing was kind of a gift for you.
Sort of, yeah. I lost a lot of Salah points. I lost a lot of Trent Alexander-Arnold points.
Yeah, fair. But Wolves at home, they really like attacking football.
There's 4-3 or something. Yeah,
I'd also probably get on Matthias Cunha goal or assist.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only one that he just seems to be always involved in Wolves attacking play. And any good play that they have. So
good call. And then the overs are going to be good as well. Over 2.5, I think it's a lock in this one.
Yep, love it.
All right, let's finish off how we always do with some quick fire tips. EPL Matchweek 16's quick fire tips. This one will be. I feel like there's going to be a lot of goals in this one as well. Arsenal versus Everton.
Yeah, obviously a lot of goals in probably Arsenal's favour. But you never know. Arsenal have slipped up here and there a few weeks.
They've been pretty shaky.
Drew to Fulham.
They haven't been Fulham the last 2 seasons, which is crazy.
Yeah, unreal. But they should get the job done here, Arsenal. Yeah. And I believe they will.
Yeah, especially at home. They're going to, I reckon it could be like a 3-0. Pretty comfortable win for Arsenal, and they get their ship back on track. Next one, Wolves versus Ipswich. I've said Wolves.
I'm going to back Wolves as well. Okay. I still like...
You still like them, yeah.
I still like Wolves. I think they've got a lot of upside to them.
And I know we're talking about Gary O'Neill. I don't think he's that bad. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
They just have random... I think the players have random lapses on the field that... I don't know. Their structure doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, but the bad thing is in football, you could have a few bad games.
That's true, and then you get sacked. That's true. He might be gone before Christmas, but who knows? If they win this one, he might keep his job.
He might even be gone by the time... They play this weekend.
This podcast goes out. Maybe. Next one, Newcastle versus Leicester City. This is a tricky one because Newcastle have been shaky.
Quite tricky, but I think St. James's Park is crucial here.
Yep.
So Newcastle for me.
Stuff it. I'm going to go a draw. I've backed Newcastle so many times on this podcast.
Jamie Vardy going to have a party at St. James's Park?
Vardy party every day of the week. He'll have his 6 Red Bulls. Oh, I love his videos. Oh. He literally wakes up and has a Red Bull. Then he doesn't even eat hardly anything, and then he plays.
He's such an odd man. Such an odd man.
Oh, he's so weird, but he knows what he's doing. So I'm going to go draw. Leicester haven't been that bad, and Newcastle, I don't know, they've just been so shaky. And like you said, they live for the big games, and then they drop to the opponent's level on the sort of bad teams.
Yep, agreed.
Liverpool versus Fulham. Liverpool will be itching to win after not playing on the weekend.
100%. And you think of it, they get an extra... No, I can't really say an extra week's break because they didn't play in the league, but they did play in the Champions League.
They still get an extra weekend's break.
A weekend break.
Yeah.
They did play in the Champions League and beat Girona 1-0.
Yep.
I think that was this morning.
Yeah, it was.
So Liverpool should get the job done here, but Fulham are just one of those teams that
they've been playing well. They drew to Arsenal.
Take points off the Big Six.
Not at Anfield though, surely. I reckon this will be like a 3-1.
Yeah, I'm tend to agree.
Yep. Next one, Notts versus Aston Villa. This is a tricky one.
Very tricky.
Not to back up to 5th, I believe, on the table. Yep, 5th versus 6th. So this is other than the Manchester derby. I can't believe I'm saying this. Notts versus Aston Villa is probably the biggest game other than the Manchester derby.
Probably the best game of the weekend.
This is going to be really fun. Notts are in great form. What are they? I'd say they're not in the most amazing form, but they're still 5th.
They bounced back to a victory.
Bounced back
against United. So.
And then Villa have been pretty solid. Won again in the Champions League this morning as well.
But I've just found a stat here. Forest have won just one of their last 11 Premier League games against Villa.
Whoa.
5 wins, 5 draws.
I'm going to go the draw. I think both teams...
Although that one win did come last season.
Okay.
But I'm going to go a draw as well.
All right.
I'm going to go a draw as well. I just think Nottingham Forest at home. And Villa haven't been all that convincing, let's be honest.
Actually, stuff it. I'm going to go Notts. I love Notts. The City ground's going to be pumping. This is probably one of the biggest games they can get a dub. They're going to get a win here. And stuff it. I'm going City. Sorry, not City. Notts. I'm going Notts. Next one, Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Another weird one. I was looking. Brighton are up to 7th, but they have weird form. They've lost a weird...
They are 7th, but they haven't been great this season.
No. That's after the top 3, there's a lot of crap teams.
Yeah, they haven't been bad. But look, I'm still going to back them here. It's at the Amex, isn't it? So
yeah.
I think you got to go with Brighton there.
Palace weirdly drew to City. I don't know how, but yeah.
But Palace are 17th, but they are undefeated in their last 4.
Really?
So they're actually in semi-decent nick. 3 of those were draws.
Yep, and one of them was against City. I'm gonna go the draw. I think Crystal Palace they have something going here. They're gonna keep rolling and they'll get a draw. Brighton sometimes they don't know how to get the job done. They've had a few draws.
Yeah.
Especially at home, so
they're drawn 6 games. Palace are drawn 7, so I think another draw for these two sides.
That's what I reckon. We already went through this, but quick one: Manchester City versus Man United. We're both going City. Yep. Southampton versus Tottenham. I'm backing Tottenham.
They can't lose this, can they?
But we've said that before. Oh my god!
If they lose, Ange is gone.
Oh, sure. Is that what you're saying?
If they lose to Southampton, Ange is gone because this is Tottenham's worst start to a season as well for a very long time.
But it's weird because everyone's going, they're playing better. It's very similar, I'll give you this, to Bazball in the cricket. Yeah. So Bazball in the cricket, everyone's going, it's great to watch. Tottenham are great to watch when they're attacking, but they keep losing.
Yeah. You need a plan B to still get you over the line.
Ange is he's pretty stubborn. I love Ange, but he's stubborn because I think deep down he knows it will eventually work. Yeah. But in this industry...
Because it's worked for him wherver he's gone.
Yeah. But in this industry, they're not going to give him another 6 months until it clicks.
I think if the fans weren't as supportive of Ange as they are, he'd be gone by now.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I think if because Daniel Levy, if he gets rid of Ange, I think the Tottenham fans get a bit rolled up. Yep. So I reckon that's probably what's got him keeping a job at the moment. But if they lose to Southampton, it's hard to. That would be in there.
Surely they win that one. Last two, Chelsea versus Brentford. You already said Chelsea.
I'm going to go the Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea at home, I think. If it was at Brentford, I could have leaned towards a draw.
Brentford have actually... I don't think Chelsea have won any of the previous 5 league meetings against Brentford.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the stats that I mentioned before about Brentford away from home and against the big clubs this season, I think I've got to go Chelsea.
Then last one, Bournemouth versus West Ham. This could actually be a fun game if West Ham bring their best, but I'm going to lean towards Bournemouth at home.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth is so good at home.
Yeah.
So good at home. So Bournemouth
Finish
as well.
over that.
The vitality.
Very nice. The more I go through it, I was saying, there's not that many good games. There is actually a lot of good games. It's just different to your usual big games.
More interesting watches. Like, keep an eye on this one because this has the potential to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good match week. Lots of goals, I reckon. So we're very excited for that. All right, I'm calling it. That's the final whistle for football today, brought to you by Betfair. Check out all the fun football videos we're doing across all the socials, as I mentioned before. Send in any questions in the comments. Anything you want to see. We'll be doing lots of things. Matildas, Socceroos, EPL, World Football on all the socials. So that's very exciting there. That's it. Thank you very much, Marcus.
Thank you.
Lovely shirt, the Cold Palmer shirt. That's so cool. Thank you very much, Gerald, behind the camera. Thanks to Olivia on the socials. And that's another episode of Football Today done. We're out. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.